Good morning, everyone, and happy last day of February. I can't believe already it's February 28th, the last day of celebration for this go-around. So I'm going to share a few things. I didn't get out a bunch of samples that we've done using some of that stuff. I just want to highlight a few things that are still available in celebration, and I'm hoping they're available. I did not check the supply list. So good morning, Melissa. My name is Mary Jo Snyder. You are watching me live on MJ Shady Anchor's Facebook group for my Sunday Live with MJ. Hi, Ellen. Hi, Sharon. You can always tell that I'm live because up in the top corner, your left-hand corner, it does say live. If it doesn't say live, you are watching the replay either on my YouTube channel or here on my Facebook group or my business page. So either way, I'm happy to have you here, and if you're watching live or if you're catching the replay. So excited to see you all. So a few things I do want to share is, first of all, I added a little something to the prize patrol from last week. And the winner is Valerie Halberian, and I'm sorry if I got your name incorrectly. I'm very bad with pronunciations. But Valerie, I believe I have your mailing address. It's the watercolor pencils. So there's a set of watercolor pencils, which you can't see very well. Hi, Gail. And I also added in the Seabed 3D embossing folder because I have double. And I thought since this would be the perfect thing to add on part of the prize patrol from last week for commenting or sharing, because we used the Whale of a Time Designer Series paper with the Shark Frenzy bundle. So this pairs with the that paper and all the Whale of a Time stuff. So good morning, Gail. So Valerie Halberian, if I said that correctly, this is a gift for you, so I will get that in the mail. And thank you so much for supporting my business and being a part of my Stampin' Up! Community and watching my Sunday Lives when you're able to, and the replays. I appreciate everybody here. So this week we are showing you some fun stuff with the, I guess I need to point you down to my table because the light coming in from the window is a little harsh. We're using the Simply Succulent bundle, and I'm so excited. I actually featured this in the upcoming March Demo Design Dream Team project tutorial. There's 16 projects in March where when you place an order throughout the month of March, you will get that tutorial for free if it's a qualifying order of $35 or more from my online store. So, but I'm not going to give you a sneak peek of this because it's not March yet, but I will have a special presentation that will be my additional video that will air on YouTube, and then I'll share the link here on my Facebook group as well as my business page. So I got to be strictly honest with you. I have one card put together, so we are going rogue. I have some ideas in my head. It, of course, involves coloring with blends, but I am super excited to share the one project that I did work on this morning. Yeah, so hopefully you find it exciting. Good morning, Lori. So I am going to point you guys down, share the host code for the week, share a few highlights of the products from Celebration because today is the last day. And I may not have all of them here because I don't know if I actually got all of those products, but at least you'll get the gist of those things that are available with a $50 purchase or $100 purchase if you choose those products during Celebration. Very final day. At midnight Eastern time, I believe. So that's what, I don't even know. I don't even know when the sale ends, but today is the last day. So get your goodies. And honestly, I would be super excited. I'm $370 away from my sales goal for Celebration, which will earn me some good stuff, some free stuff that again, I can share with all of you. So I'm looking to really earn that max of sales during Celebration. I'm also one recruit away from earning additional incentives as well. If you're able to order, great. I would do it today. Don't miss out on some of this amazing stuff. And I appreciate all of you that have already ordered and helped me reach my goal for the month of January. So it's pretty exciting that I have such amazing people that that just love the product and love Stampin' Up! As much as I do. So enough of that. Let's get to crafting, share some little highlights. We'll do the first card and then we'll go from there. I'll try and make 2 additional cards during this presentation. So, all right, I'm going to flip the camera. And I'm not in a really good position this morning, so let's see. And then I need to find you on my iPad so that we can share to my Facebook business page. So hopefully we're a little off. Close your eyes. I'm just going to move a little bit more. And hopefully that is good. I'm going to turn on my iPad and get to... Oh, how funny. It just popped right up for me. That never happens. So let's share that over to my business page. And there you go. Now I can open this up and see all your wonderful comments this morning. I'll try very hard to pay attention to those as well. So this is the host code for this week, 234EPEBE. Purchase anything in my online store for $35 or more during this week from the 28th, which is today, to March 5th, which is Friday. And you will receive the 3 make and takes that we're making today, minus stamped images. If I'm able to die cut some stuff, I will certainly do so. But I am not able to send stamped images. So you would need the stamp set, not necessarily the bundle. I'll try and do the die cutting for you, but the stamp set definitely. And honestly, if you're going to get the stamp set, get the bundle because you're going to want it after you see this first project. So, all right, so there's that announcement. You can find these products on page 39 of the JJ Mini. If you're not familiar, JJ Mini stands for January to June Mini Catalog. And it's this stamp set and those dies and this beautiful die here. Wait till you see what you can do with that thing. And then just a highlight, now that we've covered that, just a highlight of Paper Pumpkin for the month of March. If you are not currently a subscriber, Paper Pumpkin allows you to get a box of everything you need to create whatever projects are inside. It's always a surprise for the most part. We do know that we are getting some free stencils in this one, as well as a sponge, because March is the anniversary of Stampin' Up's Paper Pumpkin kit. So I can't tell you what year they're on. It might be 8 or 9, not sure. But that's a free additional product inside the March Paper Pumpkin kit. You would need to subscribe by March 10th. I will share a link in the description of this video once I have posted it for the replay. Okay, so we have those announcements out of the way. Let's highlight some of that amazing stuff from Celebration. Now we all know the joining perk, $99 plus tax. Shipping is free, and you pick out $125 worth of products from the online store to put in your cart for your starter kit. $99 is all you pay plus tax. Plus you're going to get 5 sets of paper. These papers are for color families. There's regals, neutrals, sorry, that's my dog, subtles, brights, and the 2020-2022 in colors, which consist of Bumblebee, Cinnamon Cider, Just Jade, Magenta Madness, and Misty Moonlight, and those are all free. So that's like 200 and, I don't know, some odd pieces of paper. So each pack has 40. Not going to do the math right now. Each pack has 40 pieces of paper, and this paper is going to carry over to the new annual catalog that comes out in May. So you'll be ahead of the game if you got your starter kit. Not just that, you get that starter kit, you get discounts on all your future purchases. 20% discount, and that can be bumped up to 25% once you reach a certain point in sales. Okay, this is that beautiful Paper Blooms Designer Series paper that is part of Celebration. You can get this free with a $50 order. Just some highlights of what that looks like. We featured this in one of my online classes. Set that aside. This is that beautiful, coordinated with the February Paper Pumpkin kit. This is the Flower and Fields Designer Series paper. Gorgeous, gorgeous floral images. Very pretty. Hopefully you're seeing this okay. There's this one, just like a field of flowers, right? Flowers and fields, polka dots. Just really artistic, look like they were painted on the piece of paper. So there's that. We're going to set that aside. You know what this is going to end up being is prize patrol for somebody, along with one other item that I'm going to choose. So then you have the Oso Ombre, which is reversed. You have Bermuda Bay, Rococo Rose, and then you have the ombre effect of that, same colors, Blackberry Bliss, and Granny Apple Green. And of course the same for the little circle effects on that paper. So this is part of this week's prize patrol. And I have something else that I never even used. So, and these are stamp sets. These are celebration stamp sets that you can get with a $50 purchase. There's one pack of paper that I did not pull out samples, so I'll have to grab that. This is a $50 purchase. You could pick this free. The Darling Donkeys, totally popular. And I'm not sure if any of these have already sold out, but Heal Your Heart has all those beautiful sentiments. Sympathy, thinking of you, wish I could, heal your heart, thank you. Just those really beautiful, and the fonts are gorgeous. The Corner Bouquet, never used. You can see I never even put the stickers on it. That is also going to be a free stamp set that I'm going to give away with these paper samplers. So that is Prize Patrol for next week. The Berry Blessings coordinates with, let me grab that paper. This is a 12 by 12 pack of paper. This you can earn with a $100 order. You can pick this out of the celebration brochure. So it's the stamp set and this designer series paper. And hopefully I have every design here, but it's so pretty. Very summery, spring. Just absolutely love it. Hopefully I have all of the pieces. It doesn't look like I do. There is a blueberry piece, and I think that I'm missing that because I used it as a scrapbook page. So unfortunately I can't show you that piece, but I will make sure that I have 6 by 6 pieces of this cut as well for the person that wins Prize Patrol next week for sharing this video or commenting in this video. It's really awesome when you share because I am able to reach more people and share my creativity with all of them. This also is a stamp set that you can earn for free, a touch of ink, and it's got these beautiful butterflies, and there's 2 sheets of stamps here. Give you a little idea of what those stamps do with the butterflies. They're 2-step stamping, and the hummingbird. Very pretty, beautiful sentiments, beautiful fonts. So that's a touch of ink, which you can get free with a $100 purchase out of Celebration. And then if you have a purchase of $300 or you have a workshop of $300, so if you and all your friends get together and want to purchase $300 worth of stuff, being today is the last day, you also can get the Punch Party pack free. It's the stamp set free. Coordinates with different punches and in various catalogs. I do know that this heart image is a little bit not the same size as the heart punch pack. But you certainly may have dies, or you can even fussy cut that out. It's really not a big deal. Beautiful sentiments in that. And if you reach that $300 in sales with you and your friends, family members, today and want to get this, you have to make sure you key in the item number, which is here in your Celebration, in your host rewards. It's not automatic. You have to make sure you key in that number. So keep that in mind when you are placing your orders today, and if you qualify for that stamp set. Okay, also one last announcement. I am going to be working with Springtime Joy this week. I have to fill an inventory order for Easter cards. So this is going to be one that I'm going to feature also in my Sunday Live with MJ next Sunday. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's Sunday, March 7th. I haven't even touched it. I'm so excited. These little critters are so adorable, and I love the Easter basket. So that's going to require some coloring with either blends or watercolor pencils or something like that. But that's what I'm featuring next week in my Sunday Live with MJ. All right, so back to our wonderful stuff that we're doing today. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Terry. Hi, Bonnie and Lori and Jane and Barb and Susie. Welcome. I'm so excited to see you all here. Hi, Mary. I just got to peek at something. Okay. Making sure that I'm all good with my phone plugged in. All right, so these are the dies. You know, originally, if you remember the story, every time I look at this, all I see is the hand of the Grinch. Even when it's put in a pot that somebody has made a beautiful design with these products, I still see the Grinch's hand right there because that initially was why I got this entire set. But now I'm so excited that I got this bundle because you can do so many beautiful things with it, and I haven't even gotten started. But this is a card that I'm going to create with you today. I wanted it to have sort of a stained glass look. So I actually used vellum behind here and just added some ink to the vellum, used my rectangle stitch die to cut out a frame, and just added that playful pattern ribbon that has a hint of petal pink, or no, I'm sorry, purple posy on the edge of that ribbon. Thought it tied in really nicely with the colors, and it's very soft and elegant. And then I just stamped the sentiment in Highland Heather. So, and this, you know, this wraps around. I'm not going to show you the inside because I actually used the wrong card base for this. It was supposed to be for something else. So it has a score mark there, but anyway, it doesn't matter. When you put ribbon on the inside, you can slip a gift card in there. So if you made this a birthday or a celebratory, whatever, or even thanking someone and giving them a token of appreciation, like a $5 gift card to Dunkin' or something, you can slip that right in there, and now it's become a gift card holder. So, but I just thought the softness of this ribbon really tied everything in on this card. So because I literally just made this morning, it was trial and error putting this together. So we're going to hope to not have any issues with that this morning. The only stamping there is, honestly, is the thanks on the tag. I'm going to tell you what you need to start out with. I have a soft seafoam card base that is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. So I have that for my card base. I have a piece of vellum, because you definitely need vellum for this, for the stained glass look. And that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. We're going to do some trimming hopefully when this is all done, and it's going to work out great. This is a piece of basic white that is on the adhesive sticker, and that is again 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. We have a piece of purple posy that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Another piece of basic white that will fit on the inside of your card, which is 5 1/4 by 4, and another piece of basic white that is for the whole, putting the this part together, is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So the first thing that I want to do, since I have this already matted on my adhesive sheet, and it was really easy, you just peel the adhesive sheet, you lay your paper on there and trim it down to size, the size that you need. So all of this stuff hopefully is not going to be too much in my way. We will need to run this through the Big Boss because that die is too large for the little one. And actually, I think I'm going to keep it on my magnetic platform. I'm not sure with the intricacy of this. Actually, hold on. Let me grab my other plates. We'll just use Post-it notes. Okay. Thanks, Bonnie. Thank you, guys. Hi, Roslyn. Thanks, Ellen. Okay, I actually tried to do something funny with this morning, and I have, you don't even want to know. I have press and seal stuck to my plate, so I'm just going to turn it over so it doesn't get stuck to everything else. Okay, so that goes to the downside. So when you are cutting with adhesive on the back, those sheets, you want to make sure the adhesive sheet portion is down to the bottom, faces down. I guess that's what I want to say. I also want to make sure this is lined up evenly. And it may be hard because when you are done with this, you're going to be very frustrated if it's not even. So what I want to do is grab a couple Post-it notes, even though I'm not using my magnetic platform. I'm going to grab some Post-it notes, and I'm just going to make sure it's where I want it and just add a few. Yeah, that's not working because it doesn't really have anything to adhere to. And I'm shaky this morning. Just put a couple down. The piece that I started with earlier on the original was a little bit larger, and I didn't want to do that because then I had to cut through 3 pieces of paper, and it was very difficult for me to do. Let me grab my top plate. And I'm going to run that through. Again, run this through at an angle so you're not adding a lot of pressure on your machine and your die. Last thing you want is to create damage to your die or your machine. All right, so I'm just going to take that plate right off. We'll set this aside for the next time. And those of you that may be waiting still for my album, my little album that I'm creating with the Shark Frenzy, I am almost done with it. I hope to have that video up this week. I'm not going to give you a day because I don't want to disappoint 2 weeks in a row, but it's coming together nicely. It's just taken me a minute to get it done. It's been really crazy during the week, and I honestly have not gotten a lot of craft time outside of Friday nights and Saturdays, so it tends to cause a little bit of me getting behind with what I intended on doing. So my apologies if you are still waiting for that, but it's adorable and I can't wait to share it. So that will be a YouTube video that I will share the link here with all of you. And if you are not subscribers to my YouTube video, please be sure to subscribe and get those notifications. I'm super excited about being over there as well. All right, so now I'm going to come in and I'm going to hope that all these are going to pop out. I did not use the adhesive sheet the first time around. I actually used, I just cut it out and then I just adhered it with, I may find that I have to do that again because I don't think this cut very well through all that. And I certainly don't want to rip it like I just did. So, that being said, I may have to grab another piece of paper. This is not playing very nice with all these little pieces. And I also don't want to deal with you guys having to wait on me doing this. Let's see if they start popping out better. A little tedious. You guys are getting a picture of my hand. Sorry about that. I probably should have used the brush. We're getting there. I think this is the worst part of it, is when you're doing like techniques with these intricate dies. I probably should have run that through again. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it the same way as I did before, so sorry about that. I thought the adhesive sheet would end up working wonders for me, and it's actually not. It's creating too much work, and I want to keep this simple so that you guys can replicate it. Let me grab another piece of Whisper White paper. I'm sorry, Basic White. That measures 5 1/4 by, 4 1/4 by 5, and grab my machine again and we'll just run that through one more time. Let's see. Might have a whole lot to do with my warped plate that I still have not replaced. So, okay. Scratch using the adhesive sheets. Grab your plate and lay that on there. Try and keep it straight. And grab some more Post-it notes. Yeah, I agree, Bonnie. Running it through more than once definitely would make that work a little bit better. So if you want to use the adhesive sheet, definitely run it through a couple times so you're getting that good cut. Once you see what I have going on here, you may find that it's either beneficial or not so much. But we'll see. There's an easier way also to do the adhesive on the back of that. So hopefully we can get ourselves in gear here. Okay. Again, this is the card we're making. And now these will come off perfectly probably. And you can come in. If you have the foam, a little mat for getting these pieces out, that's awesome too. You can lay that right down. I find that you can do it in the air. This is the old die brush. You definitely can get the new one that attaches to your Take Your Pick tool. It's on my list of things to do. and to buy. Okay, that looks good. So let's get rid of all these little pieces. And now we need our vellum. Now the key to this, there is a trick. You want your vellum to be the same design as this, okay? So the best thing to do is put your vellum down and your little sheet. Grab some washi tape that you may have on hand. We all have washi tape. And find the beginning of it. If not, painter's tape works good too. You just want to make sure you're not going to rip anything that you're doing. Make sure the vellum covers that stenciled area. And you're going to color on the back side of your vellum. And I have chosen Flirty Flamingo, light and dark, all light and dark. Flirty Flamingo, Petal Pink, Mint Macaron, Seaside Foam, Soft Sea Foam, Seaside Spray, and Purple Posy. So those are the colors I've chosen. And you can just come in and start coloring where those are. It's really hard to see, so be patient with yourself, and it doesn't have to be perfect. You definitely want to make sure that you're coloring within the lines, and you're going to see how amazing this comes to life. It's a little time consuming, and I did not do one in advance. So I am honestly coming in and coloring with the light Flirty Flamingo in these pieces for this one flower. And how about there? And right here. And then I will grab the dark Flirty Flamingo and do the other pieces that I hadn't touched yet. Brush tip is fine. If it's a small area, you definitely can use the other tip of your marker or your blends. So there's that. And maybe I want to outline a little bit on some of these and then kind of blend it out. I'm not sure I'm going to like how that looks, so let's grab the light and blend that out. Now mind you, remember you're coloring on vellum. It might take a little longer for that ink to soak in there. So that looks pretty good. I'm just going to come in here again and color some of those. And this one looks like it needs color. So there's that one. So we did that one in Flirty Flamingo. Let's grab our Mint Macaron, and I want to do this one in mint. So I think I'm going to start on the inside of doing the inside of the dark Mint Macaron. And again, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to blend, you just need to add these colors just to kind of give it a little bit of dimension. It's just really cool. Thanks, Bonnie. It's amazing when you sleep and things come to you and you wake up and like, oh man, I need to go try this. I actually saw an idea, but there was absolutely no way. That's why I was messing with my press and seal. I thought, wouldn't it be cool to fill all these holes with different colors with paper piecing? And I thought, oh, there's got to be a way I can do it with press and seal. Absolutely not. At least I couldn't with the little bit of time I had to prep for this. So, but I saw a few designs out there on Pinterest where people actually cut this out of like several different colors, and then they pieced the floral images back in the frame. I'm like, are you crazy? But it was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So I think that needs some mint there, and that one. It's hard to tell which flower ends where, so you just kind of fill them in to the best of how you think it should be. So we've done mint, we've done Flirty Flamingo. Let's come in with some light Purple Posy, and we'll do this one up here in the corner, Purple Posy. The one thing I was so happy about, even though we couldn't get the Purple Posy ink, I was glad that there were blends and Stampin' Write markers with that ink color, because it's really pretty. So I'm adding some dark Purple Posy to some of these, and I actually might just outline and then come in with the lighter and just give it a little different variated color. Certainly don't have to, but it might add a little bit of, I don't know, dimension or whatnot. So outline some of these. I'll leave that one whole. And then once it dries, it's really hard to see where you've been. So keep that in mind too. But it looks amazing after you get it done and it's all dry. So I'm going to come in again where it's light and just add some light into those that I may have only done the outline. And hope I don't miss anything. That one looks nice. Alright, we'll let that dry. I want to come in next with, how about some soft sea foam, and we'll go ahead and do one of the flowers down in the lower section, so we kind of got those greens spread out. Hopefully you guys are seeing okay. So I'm starting with the dark soft sea foam in the center of the flower image down here. And I love how succulents have hints of pinks and blue on the tips of their flowers. Makes it really, really pretty. And they're not really flowers, are they? They're cute to have around the house in little pots. Oh yeah, I know, Lori. That little piecing, it's beautiful. Turned out so beautiful. But I'm like, yeah, I would be, it would be putting like a puzzle together, and you know what? Sometimes I don't even have patience for that. But it was gorgeous. It was all these different, and it was bold, like bold colors. So with this, it is really hard to see the lighter colors when you're coloring, so it's hard to tell where you've been. So if you don't think it's colored, just go over it again. I have to move my tape. So there's that one. I thought about yellow, but I didn't think that would work so good. I don't know, did I do petal pink? I don't think I've done petal pink, and I need to do some blue. So let's do the blue tone. So this is dark Seaside Spray. I'm going to use my brush tip because it's easier for me. So just fill those in. I'm going to do the center darker. These leaves. And I may only get this one card done. I hope I can do more because I really love the pot and the bigger plant, so we'll see what we can get done. I don't know what color that should be, but it's going to be blue. Literally just going in and filling this in. You guys are so sweet. I'm trying to look at comments. It's hard when you're coloring. When you turn this over, it's just so amazing. The one part that was hard for me, and it's why I wanted to use the adhesive sheet, is because when you flip it, you got to figure out to line it up all over again. So it tends to be a little tedious. But all right, I'm coming in with dark petal pink. And then light. I'm going to get all these pieces over here that I may have missed. it'd be nice to do this in, because you know when you do stained glass, there's like a metal in between each piece. So having like a foil overlay would be really pretty. My uncle used to make stained glass lamps, and I wish I still had mine that he made for me. I don't even know where it is at this point. But I want to add some more color down here, but I'm not sure. Maybe I should put a little petal pink over here. We've got blues and purples, greens. I think I need another pop of color here that is gonna kind of offset all the blues and greens over here. So maybe, let me think. I think Rococo Rose would be too bright, too dark. So what other tones I have? I think I'll just do, I'll do some more because I'm using the Purple Posy as a layer of the card base, so, or on the card base. So I think that's what I'll use for this down here, just to give it a little extra Purple Posy right there. And with the dark. Yeah, you know, and I recommend staying in the lines, but when you flip it and stuff, it's gonna look okay. And I don't know if I got all these. So we're just gonna add a little zhuzh there. I think we're all good. Hopefully. I don't know if I missed right there. I think I did. So let's add some more petal pink over here. No, let's add some more blue. We'll come in with a lighter shade of, my dog's like on my chair wanting to do something, but she's gonna have to wait. A lighter shade of the Seaside Spray. And I think we're good. So let's see how this turned out. We'll remove these. And I think what I might want to do is just put some glue dots there so it stays lined up. No, I'm not going to because I have to put adhesive on this to have it all stick together. Now, a way to really see how that pops is place that on a piece of Whisper White or Basic White. And look how that turned out. Isn't that gorgeous? Just by adding those colors. I think the darker Flirty Flamingo probably is not one of my favorites. I think I would just keep it more of a softer tone, but it does add a little bit of a dimension, so I guess we're okay there. Now, how I want to adhere this is take a little bit of seal into each corner, or you can use a glue dot. Just want a little bit because you don't want this to end up showing when you put it all together. When my dog wants something, she lip smacks. She will, like she's trying to, not bite you, but she's trying to tell you something. She smacks her lips together. So there's that. It's stuck to the base that is going to go on your card front. Now this piece, you're going to line up, but what you need to do, since I don't have that adhesive sheet on the back, I'm going to come in with my silicone mat and grab some Tombow. I'm actually going to flip this over because it's, yeah, I probably shouldn't. Hold that thought. I don't want to get adhesive everywhere underneath, so we'll just do it this way. Okay, add some of that. Now make sure that you are putting your adhesive on the right side, so make sure you've got that lined up. If that's the front, if that is the front, you want to come in and flip it. So you're putting adhesive with your sponge. Make sure you hold this really still, and you can come in and sponge that Tombow on your little stencil. So that it's gonna stick. I just moved it a little, but that's okay. Get that out of the way. Come in here and line that up with your things that you colored. How amazing is that, that you just created stained glass? But wouldn't that be cute if it actually looked like the pewter or whatever it is that's in between the glass when you solder the glass together? Isn't that pretty? I love it. Okay, so now I want to cut a stitched rectangle die with, I gotta find them, Purple Posy, and you could actually use any color that coordinates here. I'm using the second to the largest. And I'm going to run this through. I am going to do some trimming after I run this through, and I do need the magnetic platform so that we are keeping this aligned. So we want this to line up. Again, we already gave measurements of that Purple Posy piece. It's the same size as a card front. And find my top layer. Add that on there, as long as it looks like symmetrical and not crooked. And go in at an angle so you're not creating stress on your die and your machine, like so. And now you can save this for another project. You have your frame, and bear with me. Oh, she's gone. Okay, I was gonna go let the dog out, but she just took off. There's life in the other room, so. So that will get added to the front of this. Now, I know that I'm gonna have to trim this because this is the same size as my card front. And I kind of want the soft sea foam to peek out a little bit. So what I'm gonna do first is adhere this, and it's gonna look a little scary. Grab my Tombow, and I want to adhere the frame. And honestly, this would be a perfect thing to add into a picture frame with a nice little sentiment and a bow, and it would be gorgeous. So I need a little bit more adhesive here. All right, so get this here. Add this frame to the front of this. And hopefully this one's gonna turn out a little bit better than my first one. So I am gonna trim a little bit off of this, okay? Because I want it to be 4 inches by 5 1/4. So if I want to equal sides, trim off 1/8 of an inch. Now mind you, you're going through 3 pieces of paper. You may have to run that through a couple times. And you may even need to use your guillotine, but I found that was very difficult for me to get to come off. So I'm gonna flip that again and just cut, and that's what you might have to do to get that trimmed. So I want this to be 5 1/4, so I'm gonna snip off 1/8 of an inch here. And that came out good. This side, now we're down to 4 inches. You're gonna trim 1/8 of an inch pretty much off each side. And another 1/8 of an inch off the top. That way everything is going to mat the front of the card the way it intends to. And if you have little stragglers, you can just cut those with your paper snips. So you have your frame. That turned out so much better than the first one, no issues. So that is gonna get adhered, and actually it looks nicer because I had to trim a little bit more off of that one. So this gets adhered to the front of your card base with Tombow. Oh, thanks, Bonnie. I learned that from Jen Rios Rayner at a team event to sponge your adhesive You just have to make sure that your little intricate image isn't moving around and that you don't get adhesive on the front of it. So you definitely have to make sure it's sitting still. It was a great tip that she shared with us. Oh, thanks, Lori. I get having that added pop of color just kind of makes it bounce a little bit, gives it a little bit of wow. I guess I didn't think of it like that, but it actually looks good here too. So yeah, I'm loving the way this is turning out. Hopefully you guys do too, and that you will make some. So now we have our card base. We need to stamp our sentiment. So I need a piece of a basic white scrap, which I will find here. We're going to stamp thanks. So I need a block, which I have buried everywhere. And we're going to stamp thanks. I'm doing thanks because I'm trying to increase my inventory so that I can get it to the shop that where I sell cards. The lady sells cards for me on consignment. It's really awesome. She's awesome. So she called me yesterday, which is why I started my Paper Pumpkin Club video late. She called me yesterday giving me a rundown of all the stuff she needs. So that's why I'm doing Easter next weekend too. Kill two birds with one stone. Work harder, work smarter, not harder. Is that what we say? Absolutely. All right, I'm going to come in with my mini and cut this out with one of the dies from the set. The dies are amazing because they have some frames with them, which I was really excited about. All right, so we are going to, you can see me, I got all my blends in the way. We're going to add the frame for this sentiment, which is this frame. And you want it to hold still. This does not have a magnetic platform, so grab yourself a Post-it, get that lined up where you want it, and apply that Post-it on top. And hopefully this runs through without an issue. And there's our sentiment. We're going to come in with our ribbon. I have too much ribbon here. I do know that for sure, because I thought initially I was going to tie a bow on my card. I just want to move these out of the way for now. And I didn't end up tying a bow. I thought a flat knot was much better, less bulky, although I'm not a pro at those, so we'll see what happens with this. So you probably need about 12 inches of ribbon, 12 or 14 inches to give yourself enough slack, or just have it left on the roll before you even start. And that way you can just cut down to what you need. So a flat knot, you want to make sure you're holding that first part of the knot still. Feed through the loop underneath. Hold that, because that you're not going to pull. You're actually going to pull this one to create a flatter knot. I'm getting there. I'm definitely not a pro, but it's less bulky when you do it that way. It actually looks really pretty. Okay, so you need your ribbon scissors that are somewhere because I just used them. They're probably right in front of me, or they're in my bowl right where they're supposed to be, and that's where they were. And then I'm just going to trim these at an angle, like so. So you have your flat knot, and then this is going to get tucked in right there, just with some Stampin' Seal. Just a peek under that, and there is the first card. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I just love that larger die cut piece. It's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So there is that. Card number 2. Let's just find a piece of paper. We're going to stamp that image on some basic white. Come in with this. You'll need your larger block. We're going to stamp it in Memento ink because we're going to do some coloring. Now, Memento ink is water-based, and your markers, your blends, are alcohol-based, which means you actually could stamp this and do a no-line stamping in a coordinating color of the blends that you're going to be using. So that is an option for you. I want to make sure I have enough room on here to also stamp my basket or my pot that it's going to go in. So you have that image, and then grab another block, and we are going to stamp the pot that we want to use. And these both have dies that coordinate. So there's that. And now we can do some coloring with our blends. Now, I know that the tips of certain succulents have different, very faint shades of things, and I think it's so beautiful. So I want to come in, and I'm going to use some of that Flirty Flamingo. Actually, I'm going to use Petal Pink. We'll use Petal Pink Dark for the tips of some of these. So I think I want to come in and just do Petal Pink around the edges of this flower, just around the outline. And then I'll come in and do some coloring with a shade of green. And you can just do it all at once. The best thing is, I mean, I'm not really trying to blend the two colors, so it doesn't matter if it dries. I just want a hint of this Petal Pink around the edges of the leaves. You guys had a good weekend? Thanks, Gail. You guys are so awesome. Hi, Rose Ellen. So, all right. So we are going to just continue to outline this plant. Seems so tedious. It's so relaxing. Do y'all like to color? I never realized how much I enjoyed it until I started using blends. I would love to take a blends class to learn how to do some serious coloring. I think there is a fellow demonstrator that's going to be offering a class, and I think I'm going to participate. Wendy Cranford, I can't remember her last name. She's funny. I love to watch her. She is so fantastic to listen to. I don't know. She's got she just keeps it real. So I'm going to come in with, and maybe I do have to blend that a little bit, my dark, what is this? Soft Seafoam. And I just want to add that. I don't really want to blend the colors together. I just want to fill in where I didn't add the Petal Pink without it looking awkward, you know? Just that touch of color that the succulents have. It makes them so pretty. I have extra children in my house, so if you hear anything, it's them. Oh, they're out there chatting. It's something I have missed greatly with this COVID stuff, is having people here and listening to the laughter and camaraderie. They are like my children. I love the two of these girls. So, and of course, everybody's trying to be safe still and still be able to interact with one another at times. It's pretty hard though. Of course, we're all going through the same thing. We all have our own stories, right? I just keep praying every day that God will lift this illness from this world and heal those with broken hearts and suffering in so many ways. So there's that. That kind of turned out okay, right? I'm satisfied. Let's come in with some purple. Now I have nothing to go by. I'm just winging it. So I'm going to come in with some purple posy, and I'm going to use the light. And I think I'm going to use this on these flowers up here. And I'm just going to do the same thing. Just going to outline. I think I might call it after this project. There's a lot of coloring going on. But I think I might play some more later with this set. We'll see what time we got when I'm done with this one. Totally going rogue here today. Do y'all have a favorite flower? And I'm not sure if these are flowers. I keep saying it because of petals and stuff. Do you have favorite flowers? Mine's a hydrangea. Actually, no, mine is an iris, but I love hydrangeas because they were our wedding flower. And then I want to come in with some light mint macaron. Let's see how that looks with the petal pink. Probably gorgeous. So yeah, I love irises and hydrangeas. My hydrangea didn't blossom last year, but it's huge. It gets so big. And like the hydrangea plant itself, the flowers, the last time they bloomed were like this big. They were huge. Stargazer lilies. Oh, zinnias. We also have a few butterfly bushes in front of the house that my mom had planted when she lived here a couple years back. And she stayed with us for a little while. And they get huge. They're so big. And I don't know if it's because when we first when my stepdad first put dirt in that flower bed in front of our house, there was manure in it. And I think things just grow because of how nourishing that is in the soil. But so I literally am just adding hints of color on these. So I did the purple posy and the light mint macaron. And let's come up here and let's add some, I'm going to use all these colors again. I think it's great. The light Seaside spray, and let's do this one up here. It's kind of too light, I think. And then we'll use the light Seaside spray. I'm just filling in some of these leaves that I forgot to color with some. So we have those. And I think I still want to do some more bluish. So we'll do this flower down here in the darker Seaside spray. Dahlias. Judy, it's my clock. I know when it's quiet in here, you can totally hear my clock ticking. It's very annoying. There's moments where I wake up during the night and I hear it because our bedroom is right off of my craft room. And yeah, it's like, okay, I need to go take the battery out of that thing. But it's a clock that my daughter picked out and bought for me to put in my room, so I don't want to do anything with it, but it's so funny that you can hear it. So let's come back in with, I will use the light mint macaron to fill this in. Hopefully this will look good with the blue. So just fill that in. That is so funny that you hear my clock. That's because I'm not talking. It's because I'm concentrating. It's funny because you watch other demonstrators and their heaters kick on, and it's so funny. Very funny. So, all right, I need to maybe do some, should we do some petal pink, or I'm sorry, some flirty flamingo? Let's add some flirty flamingo. Oh, that's bright. Let's see how this looks. I'll just add some whooshes, and then we'll color it with the green tone. And then we're going to die cut these out, and then we'll build this in the pot. And dark soft sea foam. I've never really considered blending with different colors because I was afraid I would ruin my marker. But it actually looks really pretty. Kind of colored outside the lines a little, but that's okay. That looks nice. What do you guys think so far? Nice? And then I'm just going to color these in green tones. I think that's really cool. All right, so let's grab our light and dark mint macaron. And we'll kind of finish what's down here. I'm just going to come in and randomly color some leaves dark, and then I'll go over the rest of it with the light, just to give it a little variation in color. This down here looks like eucalyptus to me. All right, that looks good. Come in with the light mint. Thanks, Melissa. And then just kind of zhuzh that out a little. And then we'll get out our grays to color the pot. And then we'll figure out how we'll put this together and call it a day. All right, let's grab, we need our color lifter, and I'm pulling in the Smoky Slate, light and dark, and I want to start with the dark and just kind of come in and add that. And then we'll add some light Smoky Slate. Blend those areas out. And then pull that color, hopefully, with your color lifter. Just kind of blend that out, hopefully. Makes it look like a metal can or a metal pot, like so, hopefully. And I'm going to come in with the dark and color this all one color, and hopefully the lip of this. So it kind of makes it look like a tin can or a tin pot. And we're going to grab our die cutting machine with the magnetic platform. And you guys can help me figure out how to finish this. All right, so I need this larger framed image. That die will fit perfectly around that image there. And you have the pot that will fit perfectly around that. And hopefully when I put the top plate on, it doesn't give me a fit and jump around on me, which it already did. I might have to do them separate. Run those through. All right, so we have that, and I think I want to go with, what color base do you think? That's a big thing for that little pot, isn't it? Let's see. Oh, it could look like that. That's a lot of succulents right there. Or it can go like this. All right, let's find a card base. So I think if we pull in the soft sea foam, nah. How about some petal pink? I think the petal pink with the gray is gonna look really nice. And what I want to find is some kind of designer series paper. Let's see. Any recommendations? You guys give me some hints on what I should use in the... I've used a lot of green tones. Is there anything you can think of that would look good? So like this, I think I like that too. Kind of with these little pieces hanging off there. I wonder if maybe I should just use an embossed piece of paper. Thoughts? I'm pulling in the, but I don't think I like the way it looks. The Forever Greenery, but I don't think I like the way all that looks. With, like I did my own background, but I think that's just too much. Emboss? Okay, let's find something that will emboss. Find something. Embossing folders. Something kind of wood grain, or let's see, subtles, textured, maybe that. Could do a strip of that in a different color, or in white, or that. That's my thought, something very subtle. Dainty diamonds would look good. What color should we use for Dainty Diamonds? The Peony Garden. I don't have that one. I have the designer series paper. Is that what you're thinking? Because there's petal pink in there. Okay, so we got two choices. Emboss with the Dainty Diamonds, or use some designer series paper from the Peony Garden. You guys are awesome helping me out. Let's grab that. So Peony Garden, we have some designs here. I'm going to drop everything. I think that's a bit much. I don't want things to get lost. We have that, but I didn't use the gray granite. I used smoky slate. We have this. That might look good. White to really show off the succulents. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use white, and that might actually look good. Let's just see. A white piece of paper with dainty diamonds is the winner. So let's grab some white paper. I know I have some sitting around here. I have DSP. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. You guys can tell me how this is gonna look. Let's cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4. We'll run this through the embossing folder. Dainty diamonds. Set this aside. Bring this in. And I need my other plates. All right, make sure this is lined up. That goes first. And my other plate. This is probably going to be beautiful. If I can get it off there. Oh yeah, I like it. Let's grab our bone folder. We're going to adhere this on. Do you think that's going to look okay? I think so. It doesn't really take away from the succulents. I think I like it. Should I do a pop of gray behind this? No, I think I'm going to leave it as is. Let's grab our Tombow. That line on here. And let's add dimensionals to this. Hoping it's okay. I see all different comments on here. The add a strip of DSP to accent. I'm going to put dimensionals on this. Set the part that's going to hang down over. And then we just need a sentiment. That is going to go like that. So we have that. Beautiful so far, right? I'm not sure if the background takes away from it too much, but we're going to keep on going because I don't want to take it apart. And I think for a sentiment, we're going to cut out this banner. That's too big. We are going to cut out this banner and use the You've been on my mind. I don't know what sentiment to put on this one that doesn't overpower, so let's just use that sentiment. On a piece of petal pink. And maybe this can serve as the strip of something to offset the background. So let's stamp this in basic gray, which is where oh, yep, mini messages would be good too. I only have them stamped currently in Night of Navy. So, but yes, one of those sentiments would be ideal. You've been on my mind. We'll cut this out with our mini. In hopes that it stays still. And I can't do it backwards. Sorry, I'm a klutz today. One more and we are good. Oops. There's that. And our top plate. If my hands would work. And there's that. And we can add that right here or even up here. I'm going to add it down here, and I think with dimensionals, I'm not sure if I ended up making this the way you were hoping with all the awesome suggestions, but I'm not sure I really picked the best designer series paper for the background, but it's okay. I'm going to put this right here, and then what I'm going to do to tie it all in is grab some of my baker's twine, and this would be great with that color, but I'm going to go ahead and grab white baker's twine and wrap this around the inside of the card. Come around, snip that, tie a bow off to the left side. Then we'll find some kind of really pretty sequence to just add a little bit of bling. Maybe. I didn't cut enough. So I always like to tie mine in a knot and then tie in a bow when I'm using twine. And of course I did not use enough, but I was able to tighten it good enough. Tie a bow. And trim this one. And how about using some of those elegant faceted gems that are part of the Peony Suite. Oh, champagne. I haven't used those since forever. Oh, yep, they're the winner. Good idea. Thanks, Bonnie. They are the winner. Champagne Rhinestones. Grab my take your pick tool if it's even in reach. And just add some of those. I always, when I use this dainty diamond one, I try to center them into the little triangles. I kind of want it somewhere. I guess right there is fine. So there you go. Those are the 2 projects we made today. Usually I do 3, but because I'm not prepared and this is pretty detailed stamping, I am not going to have a 3rd project. I will post a 3rd project, so there will be 3 make and takes for you guys if you decide to place that $35 order. So keep that in mind. And don't forget, today is the last day of celebrations, so get those orders in. I would be thrilled if I could reach my goal in sales for celebration, and I'd be even more ecstatic if I could add a couple of members to my team, because there's nothing better than be a part of a team. There's so many other added benefits to it. So I'm gonna just flip the camera so I can say goodbye and good day. See you outside. And let's raise this a little. Close your eyes. Sorry for the dizziness. Flip. There you go. Awesome. Thank you so much for your creativity and your assistance with making the final card. I think it turned out great. I can't wait to play with this a little bit more later today and finish my little memory book with the Shark Frenzy so I can get that posted. I hope you have a fantastic day and an excellent week. And if you have questions about any of the offers going on during celebration before it ends, please reach out to me because I'd be happy to assist. Thank you, everyone, again. Yes, look at all that snow. We do have a lot of snow, but what's funny, it is like a layer of really hard, crunchy snow on top. So when you walk on it, and if your foot breaks into it, it's like knee deep. It's crazy. But hey, Celine. Yeah, Celine has so much more than what we have right here, that's for sure. But anyway, blessings to you all. Have a great day and a wonderful week. And hi, Lori. And I will see you all soon. Speaking of Lori, we finally have our flyer done. We are going to be announcing our class with the Love You Always product suite. It features just one of the stamp sets. And of course, die cut images. We will have that announced this week. So love you too, Celine, and thanks for being here. All right. Bye, everyone. Blessings to you all. I'll see you soon.